Welcome to episode number 8 of Texas Senior Softball Podcast. My name is Cameron Warren. I'm your host. And today, guys, I want to talk about Lonestar Softball. I've been kind of hard on the past two podcasts over this tournament of Winter Worlds. But, gentlemen, we've been playing with Lonestar Softball for years. We've been to their tournaments out here at Lonestar playing regular softball, out at BLD in Mansfield, out at BLD down there in League City, all over the state. They put them on everywhere. They put on the past 2 years that I've been playing, they've been putting on senior softball tournaments without the backing of USSSA. They've just been doing it themselves, giving us a place to play 2 or 3 times a year. This year, USSSA has gotten involved and has decided to start the senior softball division. We had PSA Son of God run a tournament 2 weeks ago, prior to this last one the Winter Worlds. And guys, I'll tell you this: those guys ran a tournament basically the way they wanted to run it. PSA and Son of God created the rules that they went by, and it went off without a hitch. Now, here's the thing: Lonestar Softball came in and put on this tournament for Winter Worlds. PSA had their tournament 2 weeks ago. We had 10 teams. They had some other tournaments going, nothing near what we had here with Lonestar. Lonestar puts on this tournament. We have 26 40 and over teams and 4 50 and over teams sign up. I don't know how Lonestar could have ever foreseen 26 teams coming to their tournament. Not for 40 and over. They had an 87-team E-tournament going. They had a women's division that had 26 teams in it. Another division that had like 10 to 12 teams in it. Actually, 2 divisions that had somewhere around that amount of teams in it for the women's. So they had 7 tournaments going at once. 7 brackets going at once. In 3 different complexes. Yes, there was bumps. Yes, there was situations that came up that was not, in my opinion, handled properly. Now, my opinion means absolutely nothing. Other than I got a podcast that I do. And y'all listen to it. So, that's the only opinion mine matters to, is me. Y'all have your opinions of how it was handled. Lonestar probably has their opinions of how they handled it too, and I'm sure they're looking back on, you know what, we made some mistakes. We probably shouldn't have done this. We probably shouldn't have done that. It is what it is. The tournament's over. Teams did play good. We had some good teams. We had some great games. I was involved in a couple of good games with the team I played with. I was involved in some situations that we think was handled improperly. But guess what, guys? At the end of the day, we all played softball and had fun. Yeah, we didn't necessarily agree with what happened. And I'll be honest with you, one of them happened to my team. We didn't agree with it. One of them happened to a team that we eliminated. We didn't agree with it. So it happens. There's some other issues that I've gotten people that text me that happen. But those are issues that will be corrected. That I know. Some of it was umpires just not understanding the rules. That happens. It's seniors. Guys, you can't blame the umpires. You can't. These umpires have never called senior ball. A lot of them didn't even know it existed until this year. And they're learning. Some of them, this was the first time they've ever seen it, much less umpired it. So, judgment calls on the 6 to 10, and they're used to 3 to 6. You got to give them a break, guys. The commitment line, you got to give them a break. They've never seen that. They've never been involved in it. What's a commitment line? You get past this point, you got to go home. Oh, it is what it is, guys. It's a growing pains. It's a learning process. Lonestar will correct their problems. They'll correct the issues that they had, and they'll get the tournaments running better next time. The late start times, guys, when it comes to the late start times, I'm conflicted about it. And trust me, we were out there till 3 in the morning, Sunday morning, playing. We actually ended our game at 3 a.m. Was it tough? Yeah. Am I still alive? Yeah. Did I come back Sunday and play because we were dumb enough to win the 1 o'clock in the morning game? Yeah. Did I show up and complain? No. Okay, maybe a little because I was tired. But did I play? Yeah. I'll play 2 more games Sunday. You know what? I enjoyed myself. You know what? I had fun. And you know, I'd go back and play another Lone Star tournament when it comes up again. Why? Because they're giving us a place to play. Why? Because I know they'll correct the issues that they had. I know that the crew at Lone Star, Ben and Phillip and the other guys involved, will correct the issue. They'll get together, they'll discuss what went good, they'll discuss what went bad, and they'll fix it. That's what they do. So, kind of give Lone Star a break on this one. First tournament of the year for them. First tournament under an actual sanctioned event for USSSA that they're actually involved in and that they actually have rules for and that they're actually promoting. So, let's give them a break. Let's see what they do on their next tournament. I'm sure they've got one coming up somewhere. I'm sure there'll be a Lone Star Senior Tournament in South Texas, North Texas somewhere. This doesn't put a black mark on USSSA. It doesn't give USSSA a bad name. It gives USSSA the first North Texas sanctioned senior softball event of their history. That's a bonus, guys. That gives us somewhere to play. 26 teams showed up. We still have 2 more tournaments coming up for GSA. February 8th, February 29th. The February 29th tournament already has 12 teams signed up for 40 and over. A mixture of AAA and majors. So guys, keep building teams. Keep signing up. Keep playing. Son of God, PSA are going to throw USSSA sanctioned events. PSA will do them up here. Son of God will do them all over the Texas like they've been doing. Lone Star will do them all over. Tournament's over. Let's look forward to the next Lone Star event, the next PSA event, the next Son of God event, the next USA event, GSA USA event. GSA USA, February 8th, 250. I'm going to have a live broadcast with Matt McGee to talk about how that one's going to be done. We're also going to discuss his February 29th tournament and the rules that they are going to go by for the year. Guys, we have the rules for Lone Star. We know what their rules are. Hopefully, they will go in and rewrite some and add some stuff to it and make them better for us so we know a lot more information when we go out there than we did this time. Like I said, guys, they put those rules out the week of the tournament. They missed some stuff. They know they did. And guess what? It'll be in the next set of rules. They'll add it in there and it'll be fine. So, yeah, I was hard on Lone Star the last 2 podcasts. No, I'm not taking back what I said. So, yes, it was rough. The tournament was rough. The brackets were rough. The game times were rough. But, like I said a while ago, it's a place to play. It's a place for seniors. It's another tournament for seniors. It's just another place for us to play, have a good time, enjoy the game, and be competitive. And like I said, they will fix their issues. Lone Star did what they needed to do to get the tournament out there. And now, Tournament 1's behind us. Looking forward to Tournament 2 with them. The only thing I'd like to see, and not Lone Star, but USSSA go do, I would like to see them step up and actually create guidelines for what needs to be done for classifications. Guidelines for what your class AA is. Guidelines for your class AAA is. Guidelines for what your majors and conference are. And when I say guidelines, guys, we need actual guidelines. We need, how do you classify your team as AA? How do you class your team as AAA? How do you class your team as majors and conference? What are y'all looking for? When you see a team come across your classifications, what are you looking at on how you classify them? All of us are classified. 90% of us or 99% of us are classified in USSSA somehow, because we've all played it. especially in Texas. So, are you going to look at the classification of players in the regular USSSA sanctions? So, like, Bob over here is an E player, and his team is basically E players, and they have 2 D players. Does that make them a AA team? Joe over here has a team full of D players. They have 1 C player. Does that make them a AAA team? This team's full of D players and has two or 3 C players. Does that make them a majors team? Well, this team is full of conference players or A and B players or a whole team of C players. Does that make them conference? That's what I like USSSA to do. I like them to sit down and actually build guidelines for it. Yeah, you can let teams play it out this year and be ranked as they're ranked, and at the end of the year, once we get them all in the rosters built in and everybody is ranked, then you're going to have 2 different rankings. You're going to have your USSSA ranking, like myself. I'm a Class C ball player. I disagree with that ranking because I haven't played an actual C tournament in 10 years, but that's the way I'm classified, and I haven't gone through the steps to protest it. And I'm not going to. I could easily protest it. Don't know if it'd work, but, I mean, last two years I played D. The team created a roster for C for rings last year, and we did not play C under that C roster. We played it under a 40 majors because that's what qualified for the C bracket. Did I play in the C tournament? Well, technically, yeah. Had 2 at-bats out of 4 games. But I was there. But I was under a 40 majors roster. So does that make me a C player? Does that make me a 40 majors player? Stuff like that, guys. I'd like to see UCHIP come down and fix that aspect of this. That was a big deal in the lower division this weekend, was teams' classifications. I talked to a team that was a AA team that we had to spot runs for. I'm going to tell you right now, the run spots did not beat us. The lack of hitting beat us, and we got stomped. But, when we were talking to them, I asked them, I said, hey, what kind of team did wait a minute, did we win that game? What was that? I don't remember. We might have won that game. That might have been our first game Saturday. No, that was Slingwood. That was the team that knocked us out. That's who it was. Those guys, they had a team full of D players and 2 C players. And they were classified as AA, and we had to spot them 5 runs. Now, like I said, that 5-run spot didn't make a difference. We got smoked. They would have beat us even if we didn't spot them 5 runs. But the question is that team really a AA team? No. Did it matter in the scheme of things? No, they didn't even make it to the championship. They got beat. But, you still have to ask that question is, you got 2 C players and a team full of D players, you shouldn't be a AA team. But their reasoning was, this is our first tournament. We just figured we'd sign up to the lowest level and see how it goes. I think they got 4th. 3rd or 4th. Because we got 5th. They put us out for the 5th place game. So, I'd like to see USSSA step up and create some type of classification rules so teams know how to classify themselves. I got a text this morning from a team that was asking me, how do we do this? People were saying this about us. They were saying this about us. And to be truthful, this is our team, and how do I know I'm classified right? Well, really, you don't. I've got my opinions. My opinions don't matter. I don't think. I mean, I'm ruffling some feathers, apparently. And I'm sorry I'm ruffling you guys' feathers. I don't mean to. But USSSA needs to get classification rules set. That is it, guys. Until my next broadcast will be episode, I believe, 9. This should be 8, 9. And I'm going to try to have it with Matt McGee over his tournaments. We're going to try to do that one live with him calling in and talking and asking questions and getting rule clarifications and all that good stuff. And I'm going to ask him the same question. I'm going to ask him, how do you classify your teams? What do you look at? How do they know how to classify the teams? Because in USA, GSA, you've only got really 3 classifications. You got AAA, majors, and major plus. So the question there is, how do you classify your team? What does it take to classify a team? And maybe we'll get some clarification from him. Till then, guys, stay young, swing hard.